Hey, this is Sloane Malone, and that dog don't hunt. You're watching Hike with Mike on the YouTube channel. I found some interesting wildflowers. They're known as rain lilies. They only come out after a big rain, but they're really nice looking flowers. You don't even notice the plant when they're not in bloom because their leaves just look like grass. But I've been in fields where all of a sudden, boom, they pop up, and when they're in a big area with lots of them, it's really impressive to see a whole field with the rain lilies blooming. Interesting stuff. I haven't seen them here before. It's a quiet day on the Withlacoochee River. Black water of the Withlacoochee. Slow moving river. I'm going to try to focus in on this. I think there's an eagle up there. I don't know how well it'll come out. It's not the best camera for the telescoping, focusing. I think it's an eagle. Nice and peaceful. Fish just jumped. Because it's been raining. Not a lot of people on the river. Usually just see a lone fisherman out here. This is kind of cool. Coming up to an old Indian shell midden mound. Over centuries of just discarding shells and things like that. There's a lot of snails in the river here that I guess they must have eaten at some point. But it's pretty interesting. As you go through here, sometimes you can find some shells. Like here's a gopher tortoise entrance. And you can see the gopher tortoise was digging out all these old shells from when it was an Indian midden. I think that's what they call it. So it's a cool find, nice historical find along the river. It's real jungly here. Cool stuff. People never cease to amaze me. I'm in the middle of the woods, and I find a freaking golf ball. Who the heck comes out in the middle of the woods with a freaking golf ball? Well, I'm going to take this because this definitely doesn't add to the natural environment, so this is going to come home with me. So a lot of times I try to take a bag with me to pick up the trash of the droppings of the North American knucklehead, who just leaves litter everywhere. But this is a new one for me. Golf ball in the middle of the woods. Middle of a swamp. What the heck? It's wild turkey hunting season. So I gotta be careful that I don't get shot. Normally they do most of the hunting on the other side of the preserve, but you never know what to expect. So it's one of the perils of hiking in hunting season. You know, I get a lot of questions since I'm in a swampy type environment about the mosquitoes. Wow, this is beautiful, all these cypress knees. Mosquitoes don't tend to bother me. I mean, there's a theory that people have sweet blood and sour blood, and my blood must be filled with piss and vinegar because there's some nice cypress trees here, because I never really get bothered by them at all. You know, I spray for ticks. That's my main issue that I have to deal with. Every once in a while some of those deer flies can be something fierce, but the mosquitoes don't really bother me. This is a nice little swamp. I could see there's all kinds of flowers blooming out there. Those are the bladderworts, which are a carnivorous plant. Wow. This is a beautiful swamp. I never noticed this part before. Some really big cypress trees. Good stuff. I'm walking along the trail here, and look, I found a whole bunch of rain lilies. They do look really impressive when you see them in a large group. That's what I would call good medicine.